On the outskirts of Sheffield, PC Tim Scuthan, an undercover traffic cop, is after a gang of ruthless burglars who are driving a Skoda.
It's a Skoda Octavia, Tango Hotel 5, Skoda Octavia, speed 70.
They've stolen it from the owner of a house they broke into.
Yes, we'll go towards Blackstone.
They're heading for home, taking big risks, trying to make PC Scuthan give up and stop. The police car PC Scuthan is in is unmarked, a high-speed Volvo used by traffic cops to hunt down car thieves. Its top speed is 150 miles an hour, usually more than a match for a Skoda. But this lot are desperate, wanted for a string of similar burglaries and car thefts. Chases like this raise questions about who is in control, the traffic cops or the criminals.
The thing that we mainly say is that we are in charge of a pursuit, and if a pursuit gets dangerous, we're trained to call it off. And obviously, things do happen in pursuits. They are an extremely dangerous situation to be in.
Leadless road.
PC Scuthan is losing touch. Not because he's a slower driver. This is no ordinary Skoda.
Even though it's a Skoda, it's quite a fast motor car, really. It's equipped with an Audi TT engine in, and it's their rally sport version, so we're travelling at exceptional speeds for the road conditions.
Still lights out, speed 80. And it's braking, we're left.
There are 3 men in the car. Their criminal track record means they have little to lose.
Yes, they've got 3 occupants.
At these speeds, the chances of a serious accident are great. It's too late to let the gang simply drive away, and there's no time to think of the consequences.
We are parked. We are Prince of Wales Road, Intercity. Stand by.
You don't have time to be frightened, you're just concentrating on the road. Bearing in mind that I'm in an unmarked Volvo with just grill strobes and headlamp flash. You're looking all around you, you're looking for other vehicles protruding into the road, pedestrian activity, other vehicles coming onto it.
And it's a left towards Manor Park Centre.
PC Scuthan is on his own, having to chase and talk at the same time. His bosses need to know what he's up to.
I was single crew at this point, so we're having to drive and conduct the pursuit and try and put specific resources into certain areas.
Can you get me some beat cars towards Wyvenhouse Road? If he goes off road, obviously I can't follow him.
Scuthan's worry is that the Skoda is heading for some nearby open fields, which will favour the rallying Skoda and surely damage the police Volvo.
He's entering an area here called Sky Edge Fields. Basically took a quick decision to, when he went onto the fields, to follow him, based on the amount of crime that's committed and the importance it was of trying to catch this offender. I had a good view onto the field, could see there was nobody on it, so I made the decision to follow him across the field.
We're onto fields.
The burglars have now gained an upper hand. They can race ahead, while PC Scuthan considers the damage this part of the chase might do to his car.
He's in a stolen vehicle and I'm in a vehicle that's owned by the South Yorkshire Police. He's driven down it and he's not bothered whether he damages the vehicle or not. If we're chasing a £50 Vauxhall Astra, for example, we're not going to risk the public's life and my life and the driver of the Astra's life just for the sake of an old car. If we're dealing with someone who obviously committed a very serious offence, then obviously we're looking at running that pursuit longer.
We are back towards City Road.
By the time he reaches the bottom of the hill, Scuthan has lost touch with the Skoda. It's away, gone. The chase is over.
The pursuit was terminated, but after an area search we found the car abandoned, not too far away. And when they do get away, it's very disappointing. You've worked hard there in an attempt to catch someone who was probably committed at that point nearly £400,000 worth of house burglaries with vehicles. But at the end of the day, there was nobody hurt, there was no damage caused to any of the vehicles, and we're in a position where we had another chance to catch him another time.
In South Yorkshire, there's always another time. Scuthan is part of a unit of only 100 police officers who patrol this part of Britain. Traffic cops are part of every motorist's daily life. Flashing blue lights in the mirror are guaranteed to set hearts racing, whether or not the law has been broken.
What's your name?
Chasing car thieves and picking up the pieces is only part of the job. South Yorkshire's traffic cops must go beyond that.
Slow down.
They're people who want to actually make a difference and an impact on reducing the killed and seriously injured people on our roads. And it's difficult because people's attitudes in relation to driving have changed. People are far more likely now to take risks.
Leading the fight against those who take risks is PC Jed Barton. He's been applying the rules of the road for more than a decade.
Hello? Hello, yes. Yes?
Barton is renowned for his attention to detail, a stickler for the law, the enforcer. With him, it's not just a case of watch out, he's behind you. PC Barton's even got eyes for drivers coming towards him, if they're on the phone.
Ford Focus in front of blue van, driver on his mobile phone.
He doesn't like people who take calls on the move.
If he's still on his mobile phone when we get behind him, obviously we can stop him and have words. Obviously there's a good chance that he won't be. Everybody's got a mobile phone. Again, as the legislation stands at the moment, you shouldn't drive and answer your mobile phone. When you were travelling in the opposite direction to myself, coming up Chapeltown Road from Chapeltown, you were actually on your mobile phone. Could you just join me in my car 2 moments, please? Or 3, you could sit in the front, please.
It isn't yet an offence to use a mobile phone whilst driving. That's coming soon. But the enforcer has ways to punish mobile phone users.
Just let me turn that down a little bit. If I can just introduce myself, I'm PC Barton from the Central Traffic Department.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Not under these circumstances.
Fair enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deal with the matter by way of a non-endorsable fixed penalty ticket.
Okay.
What that means is that it's a fixed fine of £30 to be paid within 28 days. There's no points on your driving licence. It's a way of, shall we say, reminding you, educating you that,
That's fine. That's
that
all
you
right.
should be. Obviously, as I've said, I appreciate in today's society. I mean, I've got a mobile phone myself.
No, I've got an hands-off thing as well, but...
Perhaps you shouldn't be telling me that you've got an hands-free system in the car.
No, it's not in the car.
All right.
It's one I bought it, but
Right.
it gets in the way as well, so...
Fair enough. Non-endorsable fixed penalty tickets, exactly the same as if you've been parked on WL lines.
Right.
PC Barton hasn't parked on a yellow line, but he has stopped near the brow of a hill, and it's almost the evening rush hour.
To be quite honest with you, but it rung, so I answered it, so
Right.
that's...
Left-hand indicator, pull up, hazards on, phone call. You know, you can do your business, you're safe, your car's safe, etc, etc.
Right. All right.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you.
A guilty mobile phone user who's now on the straight and narrow, just like the main road.
I will hope that I'm sort of traffic through and through, and that my aim when I go out on the roads is to try and make it a safer place.
Making South Yorkshire a safer place is the motto of all traffic cops, even the ones who use undercover weapons to get their way. PC Scothen and his unmarked Volvo are back on duty. He's relieved that following the Skoda across the common hasn't damaged his car, not even a scratch.
XSXS Tango Hotel 5, Tango Hotel 5. Tango Hotel 5 observations are requested, please, in the Burley-Moor Road area for a white Vauxhall Cavalier.
But the car thieves are at it again, this time a gang of muggers.
Occupants of this vehicle are suspected of robbing a female outside Morrison's supermarket in the last few minutes.
PC Scothen is the best bet of catching the robbers unawares. Meanwhile, to the north of Sheffield, another traffic cop is on a mission. PC Jed Barton is in a hurry, speeding to a car crash on the A61, a main road into the city.
There's been an RTA. One car's overtaken another and gone straight into the wooded area.
It's almost 4:30, and that afternoon rush hour is getting worse.
Yeah, we're A61 now. There's standing traffic going towards Sheffield. Yeah, sure, stay at 6, please.
Status 6 is police jargon for officer at the scene. Another response car is already here, reporting that 2 men in a Ford Mondeo have crashed into some woods.
How the hell he's managed that, I don't know.
This is day for lottery, isn't it? He's managed to go between the 2 lampposts. He's then straddled this wall, and amazingly, he's missed the trees and landed just there. Very quickly became apparent that the person driving wasn't seriously injured, his passenger wasn't seriously injured, even though, having seen the car in the woods, they were very, very lucky to get out like they did.
The driver of the car is being breath tested, while PC Barton tries to calm things down.
Just stop there. We'll sort this out first. You know that car? It's not going nowhere, mate. Right.
The road's now closed. Well, most of it anyway. It seems that the driver fell asleep at the wheel, despite it being the middle of the afternoon. An ambulance is on the way, and drugs have been found near the crashed car.
No else untoward in there. That methadone was just laid behind car.
The methadone is thought to belong to the driver, and it could be the reason he fell asleep. The ambulance crew are now here, and they too find it hard to believe that anyone walked away from this accident.
Cheers, mate.
Yes. In a nutshell, it's a single vehicle RTA. Driver and passenger both walking wounded. The driver has been arrested, or will be arrested, Section 4 by the driver of the response car. Could I ask for recovery, please? He's been arrested under Section 4, which is on suspicion of being under the influence of drink or drugs. That's what my colleagues deemed to arrest him for. Because we need to get his traffic flowing before somebody else has another prank.
Thanks very much.
No problem. The A61 is a major road in and out of Sheffield, so you need to try and assist the free flow of traffic so there's no congestion elsewhere, which may cause an accident elsewhere.
Elsewhere, PC Scotland's search for the muggers continues.
This is pretty normal to drive around in jeans and t-shirt with the equipment to basically see what you can drum up, crime-wise, you know.
And it's paid off. Scotland has spotted the Cavalier. The men are in it, and he can move in behind them.
Yeah, urgent message. It's a sighting on the Cavalier. I'm in an unmarked video car.
The gang don't realise they've been rumbled, and they've singled out another target. An old woman on the way home from the supermarket, just like before. But Scotland's Volvo isn't totally unmarked. The blue lights in the grille have tipped them off.
It's now a fail to stop. Silkston Road. Yes, the white Cavalier. Can you give me a commentary? We're now 30 miles an hour, Silkston Road.
PC Scotland is able to start this pursuit, but he must quickly call in marked police traffic cars so that they can stop the Cavalier.
Still Silkston Road, no deviation.
Police pursuits are no longer solely in the hands of the traffic cops behind the wheel. The real power sits at headquarters in the control room. Watching and listening is a specially trained pursuit management inspector.
My training has helped me in pursuit management. It's not essential, but it allows me to have a perspective of the experience which the pursuing driver is engaged in.
Still Silkston Road, no deviation. Vehicle 65, 4 up.
PC Scotland isn't getting much help because his control room doesn't yet realise he's after the stolen Cavalier.
It's 11, it's Kilo 244 X-Ray Romeo Foxtrot, the car you've just circulated. Yes, we're on Dykeville Road, back towards the Manor.
The Manor is Sheffield's most notorious housing estate, a home and refuge for car thieves.
Yes, Dykeville Road, towards Normanton Hill.
But first, this lot have got some surprises for PC Scotland.
The road is showing road closed, and it's a straight on, road closed.
The road's closed for resurfacing, which means heavy machinery, unsuspecting workmen, and a nightmare.
Get out of the way!
Time for reinforcements and a helicopter full of traffic cops. Call sign Sierra Yankee 99.
Can you get me Sierra Yankee 99 and get me a dog, please?
Once in the air, the chopper can be above most car chases in less than a minute, usually bringing them to a halt quickly.
The helicopter is vital in my role as force operations supervisor, particularly in respect of pursuits.
That's because most car thieves in South Yorkshire now realise that they cannot outrun or outdrive a police helicopter.
When the pursuit is terminated, and for example the offenders flee the vehicle, the helicopter proves invaluable in directing resources, the dog handler, etc., in locating the subjects.
Meanwhile, PC Scothen is still on his own.
Stand by, we're left. We are Richmond Road towards Mansfield Road.
And the muggers are still heading for the manor.
Richmond Road towards Mansfield Road. It's a right. We are now Kilvington Road onto the manor.
This is the same bolt hole PC Scothen chased the gang of burglars into during his night shift. He knows that once they get near their homes, they will be off and running. Outwitting them will now be difficult.
Left, Kilvington Crescent.
In the nick of time, Sierra Yankee 99 is overhead, and the muggers know it. Time to call it quits.
Stand by for abandonment. Can't follow the vehicle.
In someone's front drive. It doesn't take long for the gang to realise the chase is over.
There, got him, okay.
The offenders basically, after a length of time, just gave up. They realised they couldn't outrun the helicopter, parked the car up and waited to be arrested.
But this is not the same gang who stole the Skoda. Back at the accident scene on the main road into Sheffield, the traffic cops are waiting for the tow truck to come and pick up the pieces.
Yes, thank you.
I don't think he'll be using his Mondeo to go to work tomorrow.
Neither PC Barton nor the wrecked Mondeo are out of the woods. And the trees are in a bit of a mess too.
But if he'd have hit that one...
I don't think they'd have been here if they'd have hit that one.
No, I don't.
Or that one.
No, that's a good one too. And they always win trees.
The tow truck belongs to a most unusual man. Simon Nicholson, who owns it, has been picking up the pieces from crashes all his working life. But for the past 2 years, he's been walking on artificial legs. The result of a horrific motorway accident 3 years ago, when his recovery truck was smashed into during a routine recovery just like this.
We attend a two-vehicle road traffic accident on the M1 motorway, a minor incident. We sent two vehicles out. I went in the first vehicle, was first on scene and pulled up in front of the first casualty vehicle. My colleague, who arrived shortly after, pulled up immediately behind the casualty vehicle, which we loaded onto the back of my transporter. The police officer by this time had left the scene. The vehicles were all parked up safely on the hard shoulder. Shortly after loading the first casualty vehicle and while securing it onto the bed of the truck, a double-decker bus actually crossed over from the inside lane onto the hard shoulder, pushing the first recovery vehicle up the grass embankment, mounting the second recovery vehicle's body, which was actually demounted, shoving the casualty vehicle, the car, onto the grass embankment, and finally coming to rest, perched on top of the actual vehicle which I was using. You can just about see at the bottom right-hand corner, that's probably the sleeve of my jacket, which is what the paramedics cut off. That's basically where I ended up laid.
Nicholson's colleague was trapped under the front of his vehicle. He escaped with severe bruising. Simon wasn't so lucky.
The left leg was actually amputated during the accident and tried the best to save the right, but the injuries were so severe, the crushing, that they decided that there was nothing they could do apart from take it off. The guy that was driving the bus was totally unhurt.
I don't know how he's done it, but he's picked himself up. And now he just carries on his duties. I mean, I think the bloke's remarkable, really.
I was obviously extremely worried that I'd never walk again and I'd spend the rest of my life in a wheelchair. I could have quite easily been killed. Throughout all my rehabilitation period, all I wanted to do was to get back to a form of normality that I had prior to having the accident. It's not until something like this happens that you realise what you've got and what you could possibly lose.
Trying to stop that kind of loss is important to South Yorkshire's traffic cops. PC Steve Horton is doing tonight's motorway patrol, and something's up. A man is on the crash barrier thumbing a lift. It's against the law.
Can I help you?
The man's been drinking.
You know you're not supposed to be here? Do you know you're not supposed to be here? No. And as such, you committed an offence and could be liable to arrest. He shouldn't have been there. There was no easy route for him to get to somewhere where he should have been. He was drunk, worse the way for drunk, and if I'd allowed him to carry on, he could well have got knocked down. Jump it back. I'm not taking you to Walkley, though. Thanks very much. I think he'd had a fallout with his wife. I think they'd been out for the evening. She was driving. He was a passenger. He'd had a bit too much to drink. She took exception to that, and they'd had a domestic argument in the car, and she'd kicked him out.
The man is not from Sheffield. He's Australian.
Minor indiscretion with my wife, I would say, yeah.
Domestic argument.
Domestic argument, yeah. But come to the rescue, the English police force. Well, my experience with the English police has been incredible. I think they're the most tolerant and respected police force in the world. Being exposed to the worst in the world, which is the Australian police force, and that is the worst in the world. The most obnoxious retards. Just, you don't know until you've been there, but the British police force... Oh, I've been around in Britain for the last, 12 years, and they have been the most fantastic people I've ever met. And it's not like... Anyway, thanks.
All right, look after yourself. You be careful. Don't take no rubbish off wife when you get in, will you? See you later. I could have reported him on summons, but what would I have gained from it? He was advised, he knew he'd done wrong, and as such, I don't think he'll do it again. It's nice to be nice, isn't it? It's got to take everybody as they come, haven't they? Treat people as you would like to be treated yourself, and you'll not go far wrong.
Traffic cops who treat people right don't always win. South Yorkshire's bad criminals are out again. Another stolen car.
Access to all mobiles. General observations requested, please, for a black Vauxhall Vectra. Last seen on Rose Hill Avenue at Mosbury in Sheffield. 3 occupants have been involved.
It could be the burglars who stole the Skoda the other night.
The offender who we believed was committing these went into the Sheffield area, committed a burglary, and had this particular Vauxhall Vectra only a couple of minutes when he got picked up by a local response vehicle. He was pursued in that area until I took over the pursuit.
It doesn't take long for Scothen to sense it's the same gang, but can he be sure?
At those speeds, you can see 3 figures in a stolen vehicle, and that's at that stage that's all you can see. There's times when suspect vehicles are just intent on getting away, and they're that intent that they'll drive at 100 miles an hour across crossroads, and that is time to call it a day. The only thing that's going to happen in that kind of pursuit is that someone's going to be killed or seriously injured.
Tonight, PC Scothen is determined not to lose touch.
Can you get me a stinger side or a chopping mobile?
This is where the Skoda managed to lose PC Scothen before. He now knows without doubt that he's again chasing the same gang.
As soon as he took that particular parallel route from the Skoda pursuit, I realised straight away that it's got to be the same driver because he's taken the same route. So we were radioing this particular information forward.
With any luck, the helicopter will be able to play a part.
Excess Tango Foxtrot Sierra 3. Be making your way to the area, please.
And help is also on the way from caring cop PC Horton. But it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. Horton is one of the fastest and safest police pursuit drivers in Britain.
If I ever thought that I was putting my own life in danger, then I'd stop and I wouldn't pursue it. I'm confident in my abilities and the ability that this force has trained me in to be at an advanced level. When the point comes where I think that my life's in danger or other people's lives are in danger, pedestrians, other road users, then that's when I'll stop.
But there'll be no stopping tonight. This is too important. And Horton knows he has the power, his car, to help PC Scothan put an end to the burglary gang's run of good fortune. The helicopter is closing in, but it's not yet close enough to help Tim Scothan, who's finding the going tough, as the gang take even more desperate measures to avoid capture. A U-turn across the central reservation. Unluckily for them, PC Horton's coming the other way, at exactly the right time. For him, not them. Horton is now the lead chase car, but the gang are back on their home turf, the Manor estate.
He drove towards another area of the manor. We actually went along a residential street, a residential road, and turned right at the end, which took us the wrong way down a dual carriageway.
It's beginning to dawn on the traffic cops that this is one pursuit they will never forget.
Stand by, it's a left, Kilvington. No, it's not. It's straight ahead, Richmond Road.
The traffic cops are being sucked in. PC Horton's getting closer and closer to the stolen car. Too close.
We were only talking about it that very day, that I'd not been involved in an accident in almost 15 years in traffic, and that very day I'll go out and I have a coming together with a stolen car.
They basically mounted the pavement, crossed the reservation, and then drove it into some gardens and abandoned it and left it careering into the back of a house wall.
None of the burglars are hurt, but their dash into the night does them little good. The helicopter is now overhead with an infrared camera, which can track anyone, no matter how dark it is.
When the particular offenders from the Vectra were caught, after certain interviews and evidence gathering, they were linked to the various burglaries in and around Sheffield and North Derbyshire. The people involved are all receiving custodial sentences, and shortly after the detainees from the Vectra, the crime ceased.
The Vectra driver and ringleader of the gang was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. His accomplices were each jailed for 12 months. The driver of the White Cavalier, who had been robbing little old ladies, was sent to prison for 18 months. The police took no further action against the man who tried to take his car for a spin in the woods.